This video shows you how to make a wooden stool out of scrap that you find lying around your workshop. I've glued a pentagon shape on both sides of a bit of scrap pine. Cut the pentagon shape out on a bandsaw or a table saw if you've got one. I'm using this piece of wood as my centre that I'm going to glue all my little pieces of scrap around. I've cut all the scrap to about the same thickness, but you can see I'm not too worried about the ends because I'll cut a circle around it later. Using this template that I've cut out, I've just used a bit of ply, but you could use cardboard if you like. Of course you could just draw a shape freeform if you'd rather. You can see I haven't worried too much about some of the pieces of wood not being the right thickness. It just adds to the charm. I cut the circle out on the bandsaw. I want to make sure my seat base is nice and strong, so I'm going to glue and screw these little pieces around the pentagon shape. I want to round the ends off, so I just do a bit of a free-form sketch, and then I can use that as a template to cut the rest of them out. I want to cover up my screw heads, so I'm going to use a plug. So I've got to drill the size of the plug, and then I drill the hole for the screw to go through. I cut out some plugs in some scrap pine. And then glue them in on top of the screw heads. Once the glue's dry in the plugs, then I just cut the plugs off flush. Sand the top of your stool, starting with a coarse grit and then working down to a fine grit. I use some more scrap for the legs. I've just guessed the angle on the first one and cut all the other ones out the same, and then again screwed and glued them. Now I want to level my seat, so I'll just use the level on the top and just use a couple of wedges to get it so that it's nice and level. Then I'm just using a board to draw the line where I need to cut the legs off, so that when they're cut off they'll all be level. I'm tying all the legs together with some more offcuts just to make it nice and strong and to supply a nice base for the wheels. These wheels only cost $2 each in Bunnings, so the chairs cost me $10. Do a final sand and then apply a clear finish. This will show off your scrap timber and make it look like $1 million. This is an easy build that also gets rid of some of the clutter in the workshop.